Alright, I feel a lot better now I peed. This is pretty much taking place right after the other video. Deal with it. I'm gonna put this away. I don't need to look at it. I'm not nervous about covering this time because very knowledgeable on what we're talking about today. Boys and girls, what are we talking about today? That's right, Adolf Hitler. Ah, man. My initials are AH. Coincidence? I think not. My mom's birthday's 4/20. Coincidence? I think not. 4/20, other than being Weed Day, is also Adolf Hitler's birthday in 1889. There's some history for you. In 1879, Albert Einstein was born also. But that was like March 14th? 14th. Don't totally quote me on that, but the year I'm like 90% sure is right. But anyway, I said we're going to talk about World War I and II. World War I is probably the greatest event in the 20th century, because without World War I, you wouldn't have World War II, you wouldn't have Vietnam, you probably wouldn't have a lot of the major conflicts that we have today. World War I set the stage for our modern world that we live in today. Sorry for slurring my speech. I am under the influence of alcohol. I am not. I'm great. Or drugs. I'm not under the influence of drugs either, but sometimes I wish I was. Anyway, so 1900. In Europe, there's kind of a bunch of alliances. Countries are allying with each other, saying, oh, if you attack me, I'm going to attack them. But a lot of them crisscross, so let's just, I'm not saying this is actually what happened, but let's just say Russia was like, hey, you know, Serbia, if Germany attacks you, then I'll attack them. But then basically Germany would say, oh, hey, Russia, we have an agreement that if Serbia attacks us, you attack Serbia. So it's like, what? Made no sense. And sets the kind of table for how World War I started with the breakdown of the European alliance. A lot of people like to credit the assassinated Archduke Ferdinand as the kind of why everything happened, which it is very important, but it's not the main reason. The main reason is the breakdown of the European alliance system. And all Archduke Ferdinand's and his wife's assassination was basically the match that kind of was thrown down at the gasoline. So, quick synopsis how World War I went. So they're fighting. So basically, Germany goes after France, thinking that Russia is going to take a long time to come in to the war, which they kind of did. But they mobilized a little faster than they thought. So they're trying to hit France nice and hard, get them done over with, start mobilizing towards Russia. This is before they became the Soviet Union, just so you know. A lot of fortresses on the, the German and French border, the Maginot Line. A lot of fortresses, bunkers, guns, and stuff. So they're like, we're gonna have to go around. So we're gonna go through neutral territory, which you're not supposed to do, and invade France from above. So they did that, and basically they just flanked each other until they got to the north and kind of English Channel part, and then they just dug in, and that's how trench warfare kind of started. Okay. That's not the best, man, you waste for that, but it's the only one you're getting because time constraints, yo. So basically how World War I ended up, Russia dropped out because they were having a revolution, and Germany lost.
Le who? The her.
So when Germany lost, it kind of didn't work out well for them. The Allies were pissed.
Watch your profanity.
And they wanted to punish Germany for all the things they did. So their military was reduced a lot. They had to pay billions worth of dollars of reparations, which even today is astronomical. And Britain even held, they wouldn't let certain trade ships come into Germany. It's like an extra punch, even after the war. During the war, they had ships, blockading, help getting into Germany. That way they could starve them out, That's what the good guys do. Starve out civilians and gas them too, because two wrongs make a right, They went into an economic spiral. So Germany had nowhere to go. In comes Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler is a nut job. I'm not gonna, deny that. Not a nice guy, I'll admit. Not the brightest either. So I understand why Germany chose a leader like Adolf Hitler. He didn't really get chosen. He was chancellor, and then people mysteriously died, and he's like, well, I guess I'm a leader now. Time's up, and I don't care. You know what? I honestly don't care. We're going to keep talking. So basically Adolf Hitler kind of just assumed power, you know, in his chancellor position because people just mysteriously died. And he's like, I blame it on the communists and Jews. I don't know why, but I have no good reason, but I bet the Jews had something to do with it. All that gold. We should take that gold. And we should also put them in camps. We should also put gays, blacks, Russians, gypsies, everyone that I don't like in camps. And the one thing that always makes me laugh when people talk about Adolf Hitler, they're like, he believed in the Aryan race, blue eyes, blonde hair. But he himself had, you know, brown eyes and brown hair. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. If Adolf Hitler made sense about anything in this world, it was actually that.
What? What the fuck?
Not the pure race thing. No, 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 no. Like, that's bad. But he wanted to establish himself as the leader. And if everyone looks the same, and there's this one guy who does not look like everyone else, then you know he's the leader because he stands out above everybody. And that's kind of that. I think I'm pretty done. I think this was a good student show. I gotta go edit this. I got an elements of writing thing later. Peace out. Deuces. It's been a great year. Adieu.